Hey up everyone, this is my second attempt at a vlog, second actual attempt. I've done other videos where I've recorded things. If you look on my videos, there's one where I actually recorded the house being decorated. A house being decorated because my wife was away and our house was being decorated, so I actually did it for her. But then I actually vlog things. At the moment, I'm watching all the gaming communities. I'm trying to find a good other community to sort of be part of. You know, there seems to be some people there, but I don't feel I fit there at the moment. I think I just need to find my niche. So I'm sort of watching Lawn Boys post 1975, Benways, and one or two others that I can't think of at the moment. That I'm really enjoying watching. I'm actually enjoying the tag responses more than anything else because I just think they're much more emotional, much more personal. I mean, when Lawn Boys post 1975, eventually I'll be able to say that without stumbling over it. When he did the one about why do you retro, I loved. I'm gonna have to go and find this out. Sorry, I had to go away and I just had to go in and find the names there because I didn't want to just keep putting links, annotations in it. But I loved EDT 1138 and Setius 1 on why they retro game because that just makes it more personal. And it reminds me of when I used to play with computers, like I had a Commodore 64 and Atari ST, and I had a Mega Drive, or my brother had a Mega Drive, and he let me play on it. So I did play the games, but I've just never been a massive gamer. I've never really just sort of dedicated that amount of time, and it almost bothers me because I think these gamers, these games have a great sense of community. There's another one now, and I'm not going to go and look, who talked about when he played on Star Wars and the community got together to give him a check to go to a LAN party. And that's what I like. I like the sense of community. I like the sort of personal side of it. So it's not just about sort of having a passion for the games, but it's just the fact you're sort of dealing with real people, which is absolutely obvious when I say that. So I sort of was going to talk. I'm going to talk of two experiences, but it's a gaming question. It's a gaming question which I think sort of sticks to the sharing something more than just your passion for games. You know, you've said the 10 things you hate and you know why you retro, and it's almost the evolution of you story, isn't it? That the liking of gaming has got to where you are now, to who you are now. But I want to know if there's any games that have special memories attached to it, real sort of strong special memories. And the reason I say this is there's Bubble Bobble on the Atari ST, and Elite were my two. Elite on the Commodore 64. Absolutely adore that game, and it's just got so much nostalgia attached to it. And Bubble Bobble's got a story attached to it, but they both evoke very strong emotions. And Paradroid, but I can't say why. Paradroid, I think, is just something I played a lot, so there's a subconscious association there that when I hear it booting up, it just reminds me of my youth. And Elite is the only game that I actually sat down and played loads and loads. Still never got to Elite, but I'd be playing on it when my dad went to sort of work down a mine, and I'd be playing on it when he got back 7 hours later, you know, on weekends or on holidays, and just sitting down and just going on the missions and just trading, and I love that sort of stuff, and nothing's been able to get better than that. Nothing's been able to improve, even though there's been better gameplay and better characters and better graphics. Elite's just the strong one for me. In fact, Elite is that strong for me that when I sold everything I own, and I'll post that in another one, and I did sell everything I own. I was on TV, a TV show called Gutted, and I sold all my games, all my comic books, all my DVDs, all my CDs, everything. But there's a long story. They gave you the chance of picking 3 items out to keep. I mean, ultimately, you could veto it and you could have all the items back. You know, you could just say, no, I want them all back and get all the crap back into your house. But I just wanted to go through that journey. I wanted to reset my life to zero and not be as materialistic. But they give you this. It's good for TV, where you get to pick 3 items. An Elite, the box game of Elite was one of them I picked, and we had it framed. So I'll go now and show you where it is because it's framed and part of the house. I picked Elite, a battered copy of Watchmen, and a toy that my son bought me for Father's Day. He bought me a Darth Potato Head, and it was more because he was getting who I was. I think you're about 7, 6, 7, but it was what he chose, and he wanted to buy it, and to me that was an evolution of him. That was him growing up and realising who I was, and so that's why I kept that. But Elite. I can't talk because everybody's in bed, so you're just going to see it. So my question is, what games have really strong feelings? Bubble Bobble. There's another long story, and I don't mind sharing this story. I've told absolutely everybody. I used to keep this story secret for about 3 or 4 years. I kept this story secret, but now it's just part of me. I'm not embarrassed by it. But long story short, I had a box room, a really small box room that could slightly wider than me, and then I had a cabin bed there. Computer was at the end of the room where you are, and whenever my friends came over and sort of played two-player, we'd have to sort of exchange seats. It was that cramped. A long story short, I was playing Bubble Bobble with a boy I knew, but wasn't a close friend. We'd just left school, so we're talking 17, and he wanted to talk about homosexuality. Absolutely fine, don't have a problem. In fact, I was really quite impressed that he wanted to have that conversation because he was a bit of a man's man, territorial army, sewed his own leg up and stuff like that. And long story short, after 30 minutes, he got his erection out and tried to get me to touch it. And I ran out the room and stayed locked in the toilet, and he finished the job. Finished it. So whenever I see Bubble Bobble, I don't play it now. I'll never have it in my collection or anything like that again. I don't at all. And I kept that secret for years because even then I was trying to do the right thing. I tried to sort of respect who he was and thought he was probably going through a growing up confusing time, but it turns out he was a bit of an idiot. So Bubble Bobble, for all the wrong reasons, don't bubble every time. Bubble, just the name Bubble Bobble reminds me of it. Almost sounds like it could be a euphemism for a homosexual act. An Elite on the Commodore 64. I adore those games. I adore those games. They just have strong sort of memories, and I could still probably pick Elite up and lose many hours. So what games, or maybe even consoles, have really strong connections, evoke really strong memories? It's almost why you retro, but what games bring back your strongest memories? I hope that's okay. And I think I'm going to do something about this backdrop. I don't know why I said that. I just find that a very interesting question, so I just thought I'd put it out there. And do I call it a tag? I'm going to stick tag in the title, but then you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong so I can go back and edit it. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye-bye.